Hello, everyone. It is your good friend Chad Marco here again, and I'm here for another critique of the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super. This episode happens to be episode 118, and I gotta say, it was pretty damn great. So let's get right into it, shall we? Now, this episode is basically about Universe 7 fighting against Universe 6 and Universe 2. As you know, Universe 2 is down to just three kind of goon, weak motherfuckers. And Universe 6, they're down to like two Namekians. And right in the beginning, one thing that I thought was interesting is that Universe 2, they showed that they're able to broadcast the fight to their universe. And everybody's watching and trying to show love. I didn't know they could do that, but it's pretty cool that they added that detail. And of course, Goku's tired and shit, so he ends up getting jumped again. And 17 to 18 have to help him fight against the last three guys from Universe 2. Meanwhile, Gohan and Piccolo, they're fighting against the Namekians from Universe 6. And they have a pretty good fucking fight against those guys, I gotta say. So, but going back to Goku's fight, the guys that he's fighting against, they do like the love power shit, you know. They do the transformation, the little weird looking transformation, just like Ribrianne and her girlfriends did, and they use that to get a power boost. They had the costumes and everything. It looked so comical and stupid, but as Goku said, he commented that they really did get a significant power boost from that transformation. So it wasn't just a joke. It was really a serious last ditch effort to survive. But it's so stupid seeing this, like, that big guy in that dress. But he does kind of look like a male Ribrianne. And 17 to 18, they start like playing along with it, like doing like a little acting thing, just like they're doing. It's funny as shit. But back to Gohan and friends. Man, I just remember Gohan got kicked. Somebody kicked the shit out of Gohan. Somebody kicked the fuck out of Gohan. That shit was crazy. Oh man, but yeah, this is a pretty good fight. And while when the fight between Piccolo, Gohan, and the Namekians started, they immediately realized, like, wait, these guys are fucking strong. These guys are fast as hell. They immediately knew, like, oh, these guys are serious. So they're trying to figure out, like, what's up with these guys? Why are they so strong just to be two Namekians? And Piccolo uses the Hell Zone grenade, and it doesn't even phase the dude. That's when they learn that the Namekians, those two Namekians, they fuse with other Namekians on their planet Namek to give themselves a power boost, similar to how Piccolo did with Kami and Nell. That's why they're so strong. And the funny thing is, I always thought that would be a believable way to make Piccolo stronger. Like, I always wondered, like, how could you make Piccolo relevant again so he would be able to fight alongside, you know, Goku and Vegeta? And I always thought, like, why doesn't he just go to Namek and just fuse with every single Namekian that's there? So I think it's cool that they incorporated that idea into this fight and the Tournament of Power, because I always thought of that, and they really did that shit. So that's cool as hell. And when Gohan realizes this shit, he goes ultimate off the gate. He's not playing any fucking more. He goes ultimate and just starts, you know, going in. And then they swing back to Goku's fight, and it's your typical, you know, hearts flying everywhere and shit like that. But the priest, he comments that since everybody has been fighting against, you know, everybody's targeting Universe 7, and he said that at this point they're starting to get drained because they're being hit from all sides. And on the other hand, everybody else is well, at least Universe 2 and 6, they're in like desperation mode, basically. Like, they're pulling out all the stops, and it's a very serious, like, he really points out that this is a serious moment, and it could go either way depending on, like, who has the who's got the bigger trump card. And so Piccolo, he pulls out the special beam cannon, and it just does not work. It doesn't do shit. But I think that's because he had to pull it out early. I think he had to pull it. I think he pulled that shit out early because I think Gohan was in trouble, and then he got blown the fuck out. That's all. He got hit with that fucking beam. You know how in anime, whenever you get hit with a big beam, and then everything turns white, and you're like the outline of their face turns like to a sketch. It just kind of disintegrates and fades away. Dude, I swear, if this was a mech anime, that means death. You don't see that white face, like the white. The bright light and the white face, you don't see that shit unless you're dead in fucking mech anime. But this is shonen, so Piccolo does survive this beam. He gets knocked out, and then he's able to communicate with Nail and Kami, I guess. I mean, it does make sense. They are still a part of him. You know, it's cool getting a cameo from 2 OG Dragon Ball characters, and they kind of just, I guess they just trying to they just get him back on point, like, dude, get your shit together, like, you can do this shit. So that was pretty awesome. And Gohan is on point. Gohan was able to cover up Piccolo for most of that being. That's why he survived. So you definitely got to give Gohan credit on that. Back in the past, he was slipping, always getting caught off guard, and now he's really doing his thing. And man, Gohan, he hit that motherfucker with a slam dunk. When he went back on the offensive, he said, boom, knocked that motherfucker down. That shit was cool as hell. I mean, damn, that was my favorite moment from the whole episode. Just that slam dunk right in that motherfucker face. And Piccolo gets his resolve back. He starts pulling himself together, and he's like, all right, let's do this shit. So they go back to the fight with Goku 1718 versus Universe 2. And at this point, I'm starting to realize, like, man, the fight choreography for this episode is pretty decent. The animation could be better, but at least as far as the fight itself, there were interesting parts. Like, there was a certain flow to it. Things were in, like, there was a wide variety of just attacks and formation, just strategy. You kind of see everything play out in an interesting way, and I got to give them credit for that. Like, the choreography for this episode was almost better than ever. By this point, the remaining fighters from Universe 2, they pull out their last attack. Like, they pull out this giant, like, they create this giant black heart. I think it's called Pretty Black Hole. I mean, really, that's kind of sexual if you have a dirty mind like myself. But yeah, like, that's their final attack, and they're ready to just let that shit loose. And what it does is they hit Goku and them with the Pretty Black Hole, and it just, you can't move. It basically just stops you in your tracks, and they're trying to push them down out of bounds, out of the fucking ring, by pushing them downward out of it. And Goku tries to use instant transmission, and it doesn't work. But they're talking about the power of love and all this shit. No, look, I said that slam dunk that Gohan did was my favorite moment. But nah, it was when Goku said, love, he said something like, love is cool, but I prefer guts. And then I was like, hell fucking, I was down. Like, that's how I was like, yeah. I'm a Vegeta fanboy, but I always forget that Goku is the man. Like, he is just the man. That shit right there really was just, that made him look so badass to me. Like, all right, love is cool, but guts. And then, man, it gets better from here. And you get, Goku charges up the Kamehameha, right? But also Gohan is charging up his Kamehameha. So this is kind of This kind of reminds me of the father-son Kamehameha from the final battle between Cell and Gohan. Just seeing Goku and Gohan charge they shit up together, that was cool as hell. I love that. That was just a perfect way to cap off this battle. And of course, Goku was able to knock out all 3 of the remaining fighters from Universe 2, so they're eliminated. And when Gohan unleashes his, it well, the big Namekian tries to like shoot it back by like they get into a beam struggle, and then the other guy who got caught up in the beam, he tries to grab Gohan to kind of fuck him up. But Gohan stayed like he was cool. Gohan was cool the whole time. Like he knew Piccolo was behind him, had his back, and then Piccolo let out a crazy special beam cannon, went right through the first guy and the other guy. It was a 2-for-1 special. I love that shit. Piccolo and Gohan made such a good team. This was the episode that I was really waiting for. I feel like every character really deserves like an episode that shows off their strengths, and now I'm satisfied with Piccolo's performance. I'm satisfied with his showing in this tournament with this fight, and especially the fact that he was able to do it alongside Gohan. I still feel like Gohan has a little bit more to prove, but Piccolo definitely he did his thing this time. Played a significant part in eliminating the remaining fighters from Universe 6. It was a great fight overall. It was just really just amazing. Like, this was a great episode. But of course, you know, and this is when shit gets sad, you know. The priest announces that Universe 2 and Universe 6 are eliminated, and thus they are, you know, about to get fucking erased and shit. At the very least, Universe 2, like, they go out in style, like doing the whole love power thing, and then they just get erased. But they really went out in style. I like that shit. And Universe 6, it was really sad to see them go, because I think everybody connected with not everybody, but a lot of people really connected with Kel and Khalifa. Cabba not so much. I'm sure there's some Cabba fans out there, but really sad to see Kel and Khalifa go. Even Champa a bit, like that little moment between him and Beerus, that was kind of sad. It was cool and sad, because I felt like they kind of acknowledged each other. Like there was sort of a brotherly love there. But I'm not even gonna lie. I almost fucking cried. Like I knew what was gonna happen. Like I knew at least one universe was gonna get eliminated. Didn't really think 2, but when that happened, I was like, damn. But when it actually came time to start erasing motherfuckers, bruh, I felt the tears come. Like I'm sitting here like woo, like I barely managed to hold, but it was really sad. And this goes back to what I said in my critique of Dragon Ball Super as a whole in my other video, is that they really do a good job in making like you feel something. Those heartwarming moments, or the sad, whatever, they do that, and it comes out of nowhere, and it's always a reminder of why I like this show so much. It's not just about the action and, you know, the plot twists and the power levels. It's moments like that that really make you feel something. And I had no idea I was gonna give a fuck that much about those 2 universes being eliminated like that. I mean, it was really sad to me. Like I can't even lie. And but rest in peace. You know, what can you say? Is you got to do what you got to do. And but at the very end of the episode, you see Vegetable, and he looks very pissed. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do next week. And with that, that's about it. That was the episode. Overall, episode 118. Excuse me. Great episode. Definitely, that was a fantastic episode. Really couldn't ask for more with this particular fight or these particular fights. They did a great job, I think. I'm looking forward to the next episode because I forget his name, but you know, the rat god of destruction, he's finally pulling out his trump card. He has his invisible warriors who are about to go on the attack, and I can't wait to see what happens then. So I'll see you guys throughout the week and next week with another review. So I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Bye. It's 15 minutes long.